Next, I actually saw a billboard on my way home
Okay.
from a hockey game. I think it was. It said Lewis University, and I was like kind of interested in flying from before, but wasn't sure how to get into it. Went for a test flight, and then after that, I just took a visit because I liked that the airport was right on campus and loved that. And then um, I actually got into Lewis just because it was the flying part of it.
Sure.
I wasn't even looking to play hockey here, but
Okay.
just kind of ended up that way.
So once you got into the school, how did you go about kind of getting in contact with the team about playing for them?
I had like my advisor to start, like
Okay.
just going through everything that they had on campus. I didn't know that they had a team because
Okay.
it was a smaller school.
Okay.
And we had mentioned, or actually my mom mentioned it to him, and then I think it was about 30 minutes to an hour later, the coach, Tim Pico, had called me.
Got it. So hockey was basically completely off your radar coming
Yeah,
into college.
because I had played so many years, and the years before, I was just unhappy with like the teams that I had
Okay.
and a lot of the players.
Sure.
So I was just not looking to play in college,
Sure.
or didn't think it was an option.
Yeah. Just kind of getting a fresh start in college.
Yeah.
Sure. So your major, I take it your aviation flight, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that
Okay.
is correct.
What kind of was the deciding factor of even that kind of passion for flying that you seem to have? What was kind of your decision making for choosing that major?
I'm not really sure 100%. I think it was just the interest in it, and then actually I guess there was one breaking point where I was like, this is 100% what I want to do with the rest of my life. I went and took a test flight out of Chicago International. I mentioned this
Okay.
earlier, but yeah, I went and took a test flight, and I just thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
So
That's cool. That's cool. What do you want to do with the degree once you graduate? Obviously, you're a sophomore, so it's a little bit far out for you,
Yeah.
but it comes up faster than you think. You got any kind of thoughts of the future?
Yeah, it does come up faster than you think. Through high school, we all see that, but
Sure.
what I really want to do is get into more of a private flying for the companies, flying jets instead of flying for the airliners,
Okay.
I guess. Not such big planes, but
Sure.
we'll see how it goes.
That'd be cool. Yeah. Throughout your time at Lewis, obviously you've only been here for a year, but what teacher so far has been the most influential on your time here so far?
Teacher. Let's see. There's one. Well, I can't. Mr. Abay. He taught aviation weather, I believe it was.
Oh, okay.
So there was just something about like he's a very affluent like African man, very very good at what he does.
Sure.
I think, and the way he taught his class, where like he made jokes and like picked on kids in the class, and then just on top of like how he made things interesting in
Sure.
the class, really just kind of stuck with me.
Just kept it interesting, kind of kept it light as well.
Yeah, of course.
Wasn't total serious all the time.
No.
That's always good. What kind of goals did you set for yourself, coming into Lewis, whether it be academic or hockey-wise, once you learned that you were playing? Anything that you really want to accomplish by the time you graduate?
What I really want to accomplish, I mean, obviously I want to get my commercial pilot's license, but that's part of the degree. In hockey, I'm not sure. I just want to be more of a well-rounded player, I think, because I did start off last year playing defense, and that was something that we talked about with the coaches, and
Okay.
it was just how it was with amount of players that we had and
Okay.
what we needed for the team.
Sure.
So this coming year is what I'm looking forward to, because they've got more players in, and they've told me that I've been able to play offense. So
Okay. So prior to college, did you play forward or defense?
I played forward.
You played forward, so you
Yeah.
had to make that switch
Yeah.
for freshman year. What was that transition like, switching positions?
It was very difficult. I don't think like the positioning wise I picked up pretty quickly.
Okay.
But obviously there's a lot of great players on our team, like Zach Bishop, who play both sides of the ice very efficiently.
Yeah.
He's able to score no matter what, and that was always like what I liked. And obviously I was on offense, so playing defense was pretty difficult for me
Sure.
to just see a 1-goal year last year. So.
Yeah. You kind of have that mindset change as well. You go from kind of that offensive mindedness. It's regardless of play style. It's a complete different kind of train of thought almost during a game as well that you have that I imagine was quite the adjustment.
Yeah, I mean, the coaches kind of worked on that right away because they knew it was going to be something that I'd definitely have to get used to.
Sure.
And it did give me an understanding of how hard the defensemen work in practice.
Sure.
There's a lot fewer of them out there on the ice than forwards.
Let's see. What would you say is a strange talent you have? The strangest talent, kind of non-hockey. This is where we get into kind of the fun questions.
Oh, strange.
These are the thinkers.
Strange talent that I have, I guess, I don't know. I like fishing a lot.
Okay.
This is one thing. I can tie knots strangely fast. And all my buddies are just like messing around with it.
Is that like a big benefit when you're putting your skates on before a game? You can just lace them up real quick and you're good to go? Or?
I mean, yeah, a lot of people do take a lot longer with their skates.
They're a little bit more particular with it.
Yeah. I don't know. I never had that big of a problem how tight or loose they were with my skates. But
it was like, just get them on and go?
Yeah, exactly.
You're not too particular with that? That's interesting. What are 3 things on your bucket list that you want to do someday?
3 things on my bucket list. Oh, okay. Have you guys ever heard of like the Spartan races, like Tough Mudder and those things? Yeah. I always wanted to like do something with that, like either run them or just get involved with it in some way. So
that's cool.
Those are very interesting to me. Otherwise, I think definitely going to see an Olympics games, like just going to watch the Olympics.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And then I definitely want to have a family. I guess that's the last thing on my bucket list.
I think you're the first person in a while that hasn't said they want to go skydiving.
Skydiving.
Yeah. Skydiving is a very popular pick.
I'm a pilot, so I'd rather stay in the plane at this point. I've seen the dangers of just flying the plane. So
you don't want to get to the point where you need to get out of the plane.
Yeah,
you don't want to do like an emergency skydive at a time. There you go.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but that's only certain situations that you should ever have to do that.
Exactly. Yeah. If you could invite anyone alive or dead to dinner, who would it be and why? And we throw in the twist of what meal would you serve them?
Okay. I think I would say dad would be Robin Williams.
Oh, good choice.
I really liked him, like just growing up with the movies and stuff.
Sure.
I think being a really interesting guy, especially at this point in my life. I can talk, like back then I wasn't too good with my words, but I think Robin Williams probably be my favorite. And then I have to cook. I'm the one cooking.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay. Well, then if I have to cook, I only know how to cook like a couple of things. We were going to have to go with like spaghetti and meatballs or something.
What if you had a celebrity chef come in and they could cook anything that you would want to serve Robin Williams?
Interesting. Probably like fillets.
Oh, that would be good.
We're going to put it in Italy because then I can drink. We're going to have a few glasses of wine.
Have a good night with Robin Williams.
Exactly.
There you go. We've had some good answers to this question. I say this is
Jesus.
This is one. Yeah. Partial
really?
said Jesus. We had Partial and Bishop on together last semester, and Partial went first and said Jesus and said that he would serve Jesus fish because he knows a thing or two about fish.
Okay.
And then Bishop went and said Kevin Hart, much to the dismay of Partial, who pretty much called him out for it as hard as you could, which it was absolutely hilarious. I think we were all dying laughing. That's always a good one that gets some good answers. If you could keep only one app on your phone, what would it be and why?
I really hate to say this because I fought my girlfriend on it so hard.
Okay.
She always wanted me to get it, and she said it was like the best thing ever, and I just was like, it's dumb. So TikTok. I would 100%
I had a feeling that's where it was going.
I thought it was the dumbest thing ever. Still is, but it's so addicting, so much fun. So like, I don't know.
You're not the first person who said that. Don't worry.
I downloaded it before the supposed ban of it was happening.
Oh, okay.
And then the ban didn't happen, and I never opened it again.
I have a problem.
I don't know why.
It gets to be a problem.
I'll go on to see one thing that my friend sent me 4 hours later.
I can totally see why it's addicting, but I just couldn't imagine spending like 4 hours like scrolling
you don't
through
plan
TikTok.
on it though. That's the problem.
That's fair. Yeah. I imagine people don't set aside like 4 hours of their day just to scroll through TikTok. I
No,
feel like that's not a normal.
It just
It
you
just
don't plan
happens.
it. It just happens. That's the biggest thing.
I mean, they're doing it right.
And
you know?
I think part of the reason it is so like successful is because you have the watching a short video and then you have the movement of your hand.
Yeah.
And it's just like.
It's like it's just the right amount of like stimulation to like keep you going. You're like, oh, I gotta keep going. That's fair. I can totally see why people like it. I don't know. It just didn't work for me. I don't know why.
It's 100% a time killer
though. What would be your top 3 burger toppings for your ultimate burger?
My ultimate burger? Okay, we got to go with bacon.
Okay. I like where this is going.
Ketchup. I think ketchup is necessary.
Ketchup's a classic.
I'm not like 100%. I don't like it on many things, but burgers, ketchup. And then I don't know. Pickles. I think it's some pickles.
I could get on board with that.
Just spice things up.
I could get on board with that. Jack gave us his basically ultimate burger.
Hang on,
he went a little bit over the 3 toppings.
I bet he would. Have you seen? He has his Instagram picture.
We have, yes, the
oh my God,
the Jack Eats Out page. Yeah,
so fun.
that is a great page. One of my favorites, honestly. But Jack had. Honestly, the ultimate burger that we've heard. What do y'all have?
The Heart Attack Special had bacon, lettuce, jalapenos, ketchup, pepper jack cheese, mayonnaise, hot sauce, and cheese fries.
And he named it that?
Yeah, that's what he named it.
Wow, I didn't even think of naming it.
I feel like that's just going down like the topping selections and just having like one of everything.
Yeah.
And then like going to the side menu and throwing a couple of those on there. You know, like throw on the mac and cheese and throw on everything like that. Throw on everything. Just make it the ultimate burger. Who cares how tall it is? If the team were to have an arm wrestling tournament, kind of like a bracket, who is coming out on top?
Ooh. Really? To make like a whole bracket?
Everyone on the team, single elimination.
Huh. I know Gore's been working out a lot.
Okay.
I wouldn't say he's at the top tier strength yet. But I'm gonna have to go with my veteran. I'd say Partial. Partial's got some big guns going on.
We've heard Partial a lot. Who else have we heard?
Unless we're saying coaches too.
We could throw the coaches in there too.
I know Tim Pico's works out a whole lot. So.
Tim Pico could take down the whole team. He could run the bracket.
I feel like he'd definitely be he'd be up there.
That would be fun to watch. That would be something you could pay money for, to watch Pico go through the whole roster, see how he would do. We've heard Partial a lot.
A lot of Ernie's.
Ernie,
Bishop, Joey from last year, Esty from last year.
Someone said Michael because they said that he had the farm boy strength.
Farm boy strength.
Just kind of like.
Who said it? Do you remember?
I can't remember. Do we have it down? Who said it? It was someone last semester.
Colton said that.
That was Colton, yeah.
Colton said that. I could see it. I don't know. But I don't think. He might be able to pass up a few people, give a few surprises.
He could be kind of like a dark horse into like the final 8 almost.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. Okay. Kind of like a Cinderella story through the bracket. There you go. If you were stranded on an island and help would be coming in 7 days, and you could bring 2 teammates with you to help you get through those 7 days, who would they be and why?
7 days. All right. I'd have to say Ligas and Morrow.
The fellow sophomores.
Ligas, well, I'll start with Morrow because Morrow was the first kid I met on the team. He was my roommate last year. So.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah, we're supposed to roommate again this year, but family issues, stuff got mixed up for me, so I'm at home. But I'd say Morrow just because right now I love the guy. We could talk or not talk, and we'd have a good time.
Sure,
so,
regardless, sure.
Yeah, and Ligas, I mean, we hit it off right away.
That's good.
So we have a very good relationship, like back and forth, like banter and funny jokes and stuff.
I believe Ligas said you 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
You were one of his picks, so that's good. You guys kind of have that mutual.
He picked Morrow too.
Really? Because my
Ligas picked Morrow too.
Yeah.
Who did Morrow pick?
Morrow said Ligas and Bishop.
Ooh, I gotta call that one.
That would have been like a total like. I don't know
that'd be a trio.
That would have been like whoa, everyone's on like the same wavelength over here.
3 Musketeers, we should be on the same line.
There you go. Put that line together. That would be good. Now that you're moving back to forward though. Maybe it happens this year.
Possible.
Someone said Darcy because he would just make friends with everyone that they would find on the island.
Colton said that.
But then Colton also said that should the time come when the rescue crew gets there, no one would want to leave because Jack had made friends with everyone, and they'd just be so like
Yeah,
a
it wouldn't
part
be-
of
it
the
wouldn't be a
island
problem
population.
anymore,
You
yeah.
wouldn't want to leave. They'd just
Yeah.
be like, no, we're fine.
We're good. We're not lost. We're found.
Exactly. Yeah, you have found your new home on this deserted island, and it doesn't matter where it is. This is a new one for this week. You're the first person we've asked this actually. Where is your favorite place to visit?
Just
You know,
in general.
Let's do it
Sure,
in
why not?
general. Yeah, like a favorite vacation spot maybe.
Let's see. Favorite place to visit.
Maybe like a favorite vacation you've been on. A place that you may want to go back to, something like that.
I really like Florida. My family was very big when we were younger. We went to Disney World, but we have roots down there.
Okay.
My grandma lives down there. On my dad's side. So
Got it.
just all over the place, like the Keys and
Sure.
just off the coast there.
Yeah, I've only been to Florida once to go to Disney World.
I think I've been there 3 times.
I've been there once because my brother interned with Disney during his freshman year of college, so we went down to visit him.
I think I went there for every year till I was 12 or 13.
Wow, that's
So.
wow. I know there's like I have a friend from back home and like they go to like Disney like every year without fail. It's like the yearly Disney trip,
Yeah.
and like they're like the people that are just like they're like all things Disney and stuff, and like I don't know.
One of my friends is like that too.
I've never like dove like that deep into it.
Yeah.
Like it's cool, but I'm like, well, like the people that have like the full on Disney fandom going, I'm like, I can respect you for being that committed to something like that. Let's see. What are your top five favorite movies? We really did top 5.
Top 3.
Let's do top 3.
Wow.
Top 3. Yeah. Let's do the top 3 movies.
Okay. I don't know. So I don't really. I've watched a lot of movies, but nothing really recently. But okay. So first one I'll start. Should I start for 3 or should I start from 1?
We'll start from 3 and count it down to 1.
All right. So 3 was probably Batman Begins.
Okay.
I think first Batman movie. Just because when I saw it, I was like, it was like the first kind of adult movie that I got to watch.
Sure.
So I think it was just very interesting to me. Second movie, probably my first and second.
This
what
is a tough question. This is a good one. Wow. I'm impressed, Rebecca.
I didn't find this one at 2 in the morning.
So that movie where they like go into, I can't remember. Inception. You guys ever seen
Oh,
Inception?
okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
so that would be my second, and then my first would be Wilson with Tom Hanks, I guess.
Oh, Castaway.
Or Castaway.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
Never seen it.
No.
It's just the memes that have come out of it.
I feel like it's going to become like a cult classic one of these days. You know,
It's got to be.
I mean, it probably already is. Honestly, let's be real.
It's a funny movie.
Rebecca, what are your top 3 movies? Let's go around the room.
Um,
Get them out there. put you on the spot for once.
The second Batman, just because I may or may not have an addiction to the Joker.
Okay.
I mean, you have a Joker phone
I
case,
was
don't
gonna
you?
say it was between Batman Begins and the second one. So see that.
The second one, I can't remember the name of it, but it's one that one of my mom's students made.
Oh.
It's a really depressing movie, but it's really good.
Okay. Just like production quality wise?
Just like story wise.
Okay.
First one, you're gonna make fun of me for this, but it's a
Okay.
horse movie. It's
Of
called
course
Spirit.
It's a horse movie. Rebecca's a horse girl, and I always give her crap for it.
Spirit. So what is
Never
the
heard of
basic
it.
premise of that movie? I'm sorry, I don't want to like.
Of
No, that's
Spirit,
fine.
or
Yeah, of Spirit. Just like.
it's pretty
How do
much.
you make a movie about a horse? Is
That's.
it like Lassie but with a horse?
Or is it just like?
You
Is it
just
like people?
replace the
Who,
dog
it's
with a
about like
horse?
people who own like a horse or like.
No, so it's a cartoon. It's like this
Oh,
horse.
it's a
He gets
cartoon.
separated from his mom, and like he finds his way back.
Okay.
Ah, got it. Okay, I was thinking this was like a live action horse movie here.
No, I mean I do have some of those that are like top 5, but no.
Wow. Let me think of my top 3. I already know what my number 1 is. You already know what my number 1 is. Number 3.
Do I?
Oh, yeah. I talk about it a lot when we talk about movies. Number 3, I'm going to say Arrival. I watched it with a friend
Okay. Yeah.
freshman year, and I really like that one.
Very interesting movie.
It just puts your mind through like a blender,
Yeah.
just the whole time,
100%.
and then you get to the end and you're like, what? And then you feel like you need to rewatch the
Did
whole
you
thing
know
to
that?
understand
I
it.
think they have like a computer program where you can actually go and see like the symbols and stuff.
Oh,
and,
that's
like make
cool.
your own.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole component of the movie was just like what is happening? It was just like what, and then
She's like, I understand what they're saying.
and then they have the big reveal at the end, and you're like, what? Like what did I just watch for the last hour and a half?
And then they were gone.
Yeah, and then it just ends, and you're like, okay. Number 2 would be 2001: A Space Odyssey. Another
seen
movie
that
that puts your mind through a blender. That one, my brother he was taking a film class during college and had to watch a movie and do like a analyst paper on it. And I mean, I wanted to watch 2001, so I suggested that we watch it together and he do the paper on it, which came to find out was an awful idea because 2001 is such a complex movie that you really can't analyze it very well. But I don't know, it was just one of those movies, like, it keeps you thinking, like, the entire time. And, like, even, like, after you're done watching it, you're still not exactly completely sure what's happening. So, like, it keeps you thinking. And it was, like, I don't know, it was probably, like, one of the most, like, captivating ones.
You had questions at the end.
Exactly, yeah. You have a lot of questions that they don't exactly answer fully, and you still have more questions. You're like, I don't quite understand this. So it makes you, like, kind of, like, dig deeper into it almost. And the number 1 for me is Airplane.
I did know
Airplane
that.
for me is my favorite movie. Like, if I need to watch a movie to just, like, laugh and, like, for, like, no other reason than entertainment value, I'm watching Airplane.
Still haven't watched it all the way through.
My
Really?
dad showed it to me.
We tried to
Airplane's
watch
so
it
good.
at we had like a station movie night last year, and none of us paid attention, so we turned it off.
Wow.
And I just never finished it.
Airplane. My parents showed it to me when I was younger, and I've had to have at least watch it like 10 times by now. I don't know. It's a movie that I will always go back to, kind of like my fail-safe for movies. Let's see. This one is a new one. What is your go-to dance move?
My go-to? I don't dance. That's 100% my answer. I do not. There is no dance move that I could even name.
Honestly, I probably couldn't either, but Rebecca added the question. Rebecca,
And I figured there could be some interesting answers.
being the one that added the question, what is your go-to dance
I don't
move?
dance either.
The electric shuffle. I'll say if I have to give an answer,
we have 3 people that don't dance answering a question about dancing. That's great. This one was new last week, was it? No, new this week. How would your best friend describe you?
How would my best friend describe me? Interesting. I'd say trustworthy for sure.
Okay.
I pride myself on like at least doing what I'm saying,
Sure.
like doing what I say I'm going to, and being there when they need it.
Sure. That's
Kind
good.
of giving them advice if they actually do. So.
What is your greatest fear?
My greatest fear.
The questions are turning dark real quick.
You just flip a switch in this room.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If we plan this right, the power should go out soon, right?
Yeah.
Then we'll have like we'll have like the ghost actor come through. Let's turn the studio into a haunted house for a minute, real quick.
My favorites are my.
Your greatest fear.
Greatest fear.
I imagine that you aren't scared of heights being a pilot.
No.
At least I hope not.
I think I don't know. It's just from being a kid. Still to this day, I will not kill a spider. I guess my greatest fear would be somehow dying from just like millions of spiders.
Oh God, that would be horrible. Ugh. I wouldn't say I'm like scared of spiders, but like just like the thought
I just
of
don't like them.
Exactly. It's not like a fear. I just don't want anything to do with them. You know.
Like, so I don't care if they are outside, because I'm outside a lot. If they're outside, but if they're in my room,
the moment they come inside,
yeah, it's like you shouldn't be here.
Exactly. Yeah, you're like, please leave. Exactly.
I have a story about. Can I tell a story? So one time I was driving to hockey. I've never lived too close to an ice rink. I think it was like a 30-minute drive.
Okay.
And I'm in my car, and I look over to my right, and I had my windows open because it was like just little warm out.
Sure.
And there's this huge spider web.
Oh,
spider just in the window.
Oh, wow.
And I'm thinking, okay, well, usually I don't roll my window. I have my windows up on the highway, and so if I open the windows while I'm on the highway, like it should blow out or
Sure.
something.
One would think, yeah.
It absolutely did not work.
Oh, no.
If anything, it made the spider crawl inside of the car.
Time for a new car.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just I was like, what do
burn the car.
What do I do? Like
That's horrible.
I was like, what do I do? Like I have to go to hockey.
You're just like stuck here with the spider on the highway.
Oh, thank God it didn't come too close to me, but it did climb on like the windshield part, and
Wow.
I did get it out with a hockey stick.
Well, Rebecca, you had an 8-legged friend living in your car.
I did have
for
a
little
good
bit.
friend living in my car.
You got a new car.
I bought a new car and there
did-
was just a dead spider.
The spider
But I
came.
thought it
name
was
it?
alive.
Did
yeah,
the spider
Bubbles.
come with
Bubbles.
the car?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I thought that the spider got in the car after you bought it, not that it
No,
came
so I
like-
bought it. Like I didn't notice it at first. I guess my dad didn't tell me.
You don't put insects
And
down in
then-
your pre-buy inspection.
Yeah. Well, like we were looking for rust, like
The normal
kinda
stuff.
not spiders.
Not just a spider chilling
Look
on
for
the
the
dashboard.
rat's nest in the engine, like the other car we were looking at.
Oh gosh. So it just
Yeah.
came with a spider.
Yeah, I got a free spider with it.
Wow.
What a deal.
What a bargain. you
Great
know?
car.
Buy a car, get a spider. Let's see. What would you consider to be your biggest accomplishment so far? Let's do both hockey and kind of outside of hockey.
Well, in hockey, so I mean, everybody strives to win the state championship. As far as in what is it, the Central States Division, that's what your big goal at the end of the season is.
Okay.
And I'm gonna preface this with saying that I never won it. But
Okay.
my last 2 years, after working basically most of my life for it, we did get second place
Okay.
twice. And in the first game that we had played for, so it was back-to-back years we got second place. The first year, I played to my fullest, I think. I think that was the best game of my life.
Sure.
And I really came up to play. But
Kind of left it all out on the ice.
yeah. And that second year, I think we just weren't ready,
Sure.
I guess. This is a better team.
Yeah.
But
That's still pretty big though. Top 2 in the state though.
Yeah.
I mean that's nothing to. That's nothing
And
to push
that's
to the
why
side.
I think in hockey that's my biggest thing.
Sure,
Because
yeah.
I don't want to have to bring it back to like my squirt years where we actually did win
There
like a
you go.
championship.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. What about biggest accomplishment kind of outside of hockey? Something so far in life in
Outside
general.
of hockey. Let's see. Well, I mean, I'm kind of a simple guy, but through high school, I was not really a great student.
Okay.
So, I think once I got to Lewis and I saw that I could potentially do very well.
Sure.
The 3.96 GPA I had last year is a
That's
pretty
great.
big
Yeah.
accomplishment just for me.
Just kind of that kind of sigh of relief, you know. You're like, you can do this, you know. Especially coming off of your first year of college, you know, it can be a little nerve wracking
Yeah.
as well. New everything almost, you know.
Yeah.
Let's see. What would be on the gag reel of your life? Kind of like life bloopers we're talking about.
Yeah.
I hate to bring this up.
Oh gosh.
I hate to bring this up. But there have been several times. You guys know what you guys watch plenty of hockey. So a shootout or like a penalty shot. I've had one shootout attempt. Called an attempt. It's not really an attempt. I started skating with the puck. I was younger. Okay. Give me a break. I wasn't great.
We'll cut you some slack there.
The blue line just got in my way. I don't know what happened.
Did you like trip over it or lose the puck or what?
I just lost the puck. I had fell down on the ice. The goalie skated out in time for me to get up, and he still had the puck before.
Oh no!
It's a little embarrassing.
Oh boy, that's like the thing. So I've been learning to skate for like the past couple months. I mean, before COVID as well. But that's the thing. Like I found, like when you fall down, you just go from standing up to being down on the ice, and you got no idea how you got there.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like,
okay. It's really quick.
You're like, here I am. You know, I just fell down, and I don't know what happened. You know, at least you didn't. Was it Brad Marchand that just completely missed the puck?
Oh, yeah.
Like
I've whiffed on the puck, but if he completely missed it, that's probably worse.
It was in a shootout to keep Boston alive in the game, and he just nicks it enough.
I feel like
to
I've
push
seen
it
that
like
video. Yeah.
6 inches, and like just enough to make it a legitimate attempt, and they lose the game from it.
So I don't know 100% the rules, and I feel like I should, but I don't watch enough NHL hockey. Say he does skate past that puck. Is that still in play, or?
I think it was only ruled an actual attempt, and like he couldn't go back for it because it actually moved forward. Like the puck technically moved forward.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Even
Because
just a
I
little
feel
bit,
like you have to start behind that center line and then skate up to it, grab the puck.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So once you touch that puck, it's live.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay.
And I imagine once you skate past it, you really can't go back because you got to keep moving forward. You know. So I don't know. I feel like that would be like peak low shootout though, just completely like. Basically,
and it's on live TV too.
It's on live TV to keep your team alive in the game too. Like, imagine the locker room after that.
Yeah, like, what do you say to a guy that does that? I mean, you gotta feel
Nothing?
bad, but like, yeah, it's true.
You just get like the cold shoulder from everyone coming back.
You got the madness that like your team just lost because of that, and then you have you yourself like so embarrassed.
You're just like shocked. You're like, what just happened?
Yeah.
You know, that would be horrible. If you had to change your name, what would it be and why? This is a new one.
What would it be?
We got some.
This one I did find at 2 a.m.
We got some good questions this week.
I mean, only one. I mean, I guess I'd change my name to. Does it have to be both first and last, or can it just be first?
Let's just do the first name.
Yeah, I think
we'll keep it simple.
I think probably Bobby. My best friend's named Bobby.
Nice.
So
nice. On that kind of same topic, if you were a radio DJ, what would your DJ name be?
Oh, okay. I don't know. Do you guys? I don't know. You guys. Do you have names?
We just.
Yeah. I mean, I do.
I normally just go by my first name on air.
Yeah.
Well, as of recently, yeah, but like during intro class when we had to have one.
Oh yeah. I mean, even then, I just changed the last name and just kept my first name.
I don't know. DJ.
See, Carrie told me I couldn't do that, so I had to pick something.
There you
just
go.
DJ Blackhawk.
DJ Blackhawk.
So you're a Hawks fan. Yeah, as the sweatshirt shows, obviously. Coming up with a DJ name is difficult, though.
Yeah.
Like, you really got to think about it.
DJ Brett.
Something classic.
Something classic.
We could make it happen. Partial wanted to have Partial's Corner at one point, right?
Partial's Corner.
Give Partial a radio show. We have plenty of airtime. So if anyone listening wants a radio show and is a student at Lewis,
was he? What
come
stopped
to the
him?
radio station.
Yeah, what stopped him from doing that?
I think we talked about it
we talked about it last year, and then COVID happened.
Yeah.
And
everything got shut down.
Haven't really talked to him since.
Yeah, we had so many good plans for last semester.
I'll bring it up to him again.
Bring it up, just kind of throw it around in the locker room, maybe. We have plenty of airtime. We can. Chances are we have a spot available, but yeah, COVID kind of shut that down too. Unfortunately, because we had a lot of good ideas for last semester. We wanted to do.
And this semester.
You guys seem like you're having a lot of fun. I was waiting for my turn last year.
It was.
Yeah.
I know we had like 3. How many people did we have scheduled that we
had
needed to cancel?
the entire rest of the semester.
We had the whole semester planned out, and we were gonna do like special shows. We were gonna do one where like Darcy and I go to a public skate, and I interview him as we're skating around the ring. We're like, that would be great,
yeah,
And
perfect idea.
And then COVID happened. Everyone went home and haven't had the chance.
All your great ideas just
haven't had the chance to revive any of them yet, which is kind of unfortunate. Next question: what food could you not live without?
What food would I not live without? I'd have to go pizza, just because I know that's just one thing. Like, what if I'm dieting or something? That's a cheap food that I go towards.
Sure, there you go.
Yeah.
This one is honestly one of my favorite questions. This is the ultimate curveball. How would you react if you were transformed into a fish?
How would I react?
Yeah.
I'll be like, can we swear?
No. We have to keep it clean.
Oh, crap, I'm a fish.
I feel that would be the general reaction. Where did you find this question, Rebecca?
Yeah, where did that
I ask this every week, and it just boggles my mind every time.
Yeah, because we were trying just to add more random fun questions, so I just typed up interview questions. And I found a site that said, these are all questions that, like a potential, company that hires you could ask you.
Oh, that's right.
And this was one of them.
If I go into an interview and the person from the company for the job I'm applying to asked me how I would react if I was transformed into a fish, I would highly reconsider working for that company. I don't even know.
That's such a weird question.
What do they expect to learn about you?
Yeah,
from
what
that?
is that?
What does that show about
I don't know.
She found the question. You should have done some research after choosing that question.
I just thought it was so. Another question was you're sitting here, a penguin with a sombrero walks in. What's the first thing he says?
The
Like,
first
what are
thing
these
the Penguin
questions?
says?
Yeah.
What? Wow.
I just thought it
What
was
kind
so
of
great.
interviews are these?
I don't know, let me see if I can find
That's
it.
insane.
Was this like
Take a look for that. We
some
need some
tech
I was gonna say,
company?
it's just like what happens when you get interviewed by Google or something.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
that.
so innovative.
Like that. How
My
many
internship
golf
didn't
balls
ask
could
me
fit in
this.
this room? Those kind of questions. The one that just throw you for a loop. Jeez. Okay.
What's the square root? What,
Yeah.
some math question.
Yeah.
It's like,
Some
Hang
complex
on, let me
questions.
call
what's
my
the square
mom.
footage of this room?
If you could spend the day in the shoes of one of your teammates, who would it be and why? We'll kind of bring it back to hockey here for a little bit.
You know, I'm just gonna have to say Ernie, because our captain, I love the kid. Has some great talks, but never been captain of a hockey team.
Just for that one game, you
Just-
want to wear the C?
Wear the C. Just talk to the boys like they're more of a family, but I'm the one in charge. You know?
You sit at the head of the table.
Yeah.
We heard a rumor from Matt Morrow, I believe, that there's a possibility that Ernie could return for a 5th year.
It's possible,
Have-
but I don't think we're allowed to say anything.
Okay.
I don't.
So we don't have any more insight on that.
No, it's.
It will remain a rumor.
Yeah.
Word on the street. It'll remain on the street for now. We won't be able to close that
It's
one.
not my place to say. I think you guys should invite Ernie and really pressure
I had
him.
texted him. I haven't heard back yet.
So we were gonna have him the Wednesday after we had Ligas on, but obviously
okay.
couldn't because I went into ISO. So now we're trying to reschedule his show.
Gotcha.
But Morrow suggested that we throw in subtle hints of 5th year captain Matt Ernsting throughout the show,
Well,
just to kind of give him a little nudge, you know.
because the problem might be that he might not be captain if he does do a 5th year, because I think our coach talked about it, that he'd like to have him the whole year.
Okay.
I think he was gonna strip SD this year because he was planning on coming back for a 5th year.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So he
Oh,
might
okay,
he
so-
might be, but I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah. Interesting. How does ACHA eligibility work?
So
Because with the NCAA, you get 4 years and then you can redshirt to get a 5th.
yeah.
Correct? If I understand how the whole redshirting process works. How does that work for ACHA?
So
That's something I thought
ACHA,
of.
I mean, I don't know that much about it, but I
Sure.
believe that the thing is, if once you start playing in ACHA, I don't think you can play down any level. But
Okay.
as far as the 5th year, you're just allowed a 5th year. So
Okay, got it. So
um,
there's no like redshirting or anything like that, really?
No, you get 5
Interesting.
years.
Okay,
and I
got
think
it,
it
got
might be because once you end that 5 years, I think. Okay, so once you start playing on the ACHA, I think your clock starts for the NCAA as well. So what the
Oh,
clock
interesting.
is
Okay.
for like the 4 years that you can play on
Sure,
the
sure.
NCAA as well.
Got it. Okay.
So I think it's just they're granted another year.
Sure. Interesting.
For
Okay.
whatever reason. I'm not 100% why the rule was made. I'm sure there is a reason.
Got it. Okay. So I don't know. Now we need to get Matt on the show to kind of put the issue to rest. You know, get a.
He might not answer the question.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. We may have to wait. It'll be the big surprise at the end of this year.
Yeah.
The suspense. You know, tune back in. We'll have the breaking news when it happens. But we'll take a quick break. We'll play some music, and when we come back, we'll be talking some more hockey questions. But first part of the interview with Brett Candra. Stay tuned for more hockey talk after this. Welcome back to the Dump and Chase podcast on 88.1 FM, WLRA The Start, Lewis University in Romeoville, Illinois. Reid and Rebecca back with part 2 of our interview with Brett Candra. Before the break, we talked kind of stuff outside of hockey and threw in a couple, well, not really a couple, a lot of more fun questions. But now we're going to talk some hockey, kind of the whole point of the show. Starting off, how old were you when you started to play, and what were kind of the influences that you had to start playing hockey?
So I actually was kind of late in starting. I started around, I think, like 9 or 10 years old.
Okay.
I actually begged my parents to play.
Oh, really?
I think,
Okay.
2 or 3 years before that.
Okay.
They never would because it is very expensive.
Sure.
And now paying for my hockey, I realize that. So. But no, yeah, I think my biggest thing was we used to go to Wolves games a lot. just 'cause
Oh, okay.
It was cheaper than Blackhawks games.
Sure.
And we were kids, so we had still had a fun. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think going to Blackhawks game or Wolves games. And I know my dad played when he was growing up.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
So there weren't any like friends that influenced you. It was just kind of just watching the
No,
game and wanting to play.
I didn't know anybody that played.
That's how.
It took till I think middle school that I finally met one
Wow.
kid that played.
Okay, wow.
So, yeah.
Okay, so you started a little bit later in your career than most other guys. That's really interesting. Wow. Do you feel like had you started earlier, you'd be at a different point in your career, or have you just kind of been content with how it's been?
I think if I did more things that my dad told me to do, I'd be further in my career. But no, I think I picked it up really quickly. The biggest problem I had was stopping on my left-hand side for the first
That's
couple
how
of
I
years.
am too. Wow.
First couple of years
I can't stop with my left foot to save my life.
it really took a lot of time and dedication to get that down.
Yeah. Because you have such like a dominant side, like for balance, for stopping, for like pushing off, for like anything. And that other side is just so stubborn.
Yeah.
I find. Let's see. Throughout the years, kind of what kind of pushed you to keep playing hockey? Because I don't know, but if you played a lot of other sports when you were younger, you kind of went through the traditional kind of cycle of sports that kids do. What was it about hockey that kind of stood out and made you want to stick with it?
Well, I had actually played both baseball and hockey for a number of years. Like I played baseball before I had played hockey, and I played for a long time. I liked baseball and I liked hockey, but I think the reason I stuck with hockey was just because I was better at it earlier on in my career.
Sure.
I was a bigger kid, so it was easier for me in some respects.
I imagine that helps because it's also makes it more fun, when you're actually, doing good at it. You're enjoying it more, especially when you're younger.
And then you get friends from that, too.
Exactly,
They're like, hey, you're good at hockey. So.
Let's see. Is there any player that you model your play style after?
Play style? I really try to match the energy of Partial on the bench.
Okay.
Not that I do it very well, but
That's a lot of energy to match.
Yeah, it's a lot of energy.
Though, like he's got to be like one of the most, if not the most energetic guy on the team, though.
100%.
I feel like he can like fire up anyone.
Same with SD too. SD was crazy.
SD just played with like so much passion. Mm-hmm. You could tell that like after every game,
worked hard.
He just like left it all out there. There was nothing left in the tank. So let's see. Is there any specific thing you had to give up in order to play hockey kind of throughout your career?
Any specific thing? Well, yeah, I would say I gave up baseball.
Okay.
So it was a decision between playing travel baseball or playing travel hockey because my parents could only afford to go either one way. Oh, sure. And I chose the more expensive way, but I'd grown up, a lot of my friends played it. It was just something that most of the kids in my area did. Okay. So it was like just leaving a lot of friends, and then it was just a hard time, I guess.
What age did that decision come at to pursue hockey instead of baseball?
I think that was about 12, because I think 2 years into hockey, I think I played my first season at like 9 or 10 after I started like learning how to skate, and then a year after that I developed more and got better, and then I think it'd be 13 then.
Okay, got it. Yeah. So it's still kind of early in your career, but okay. Let's see. What is your current number, and does it hold any special meaning?
Yes. So I've switched a lot from numbers.
You're number 18 now currently?
18, yes.
Okay, got it. The memory's still there from last season. Wow, look at
that. 18, I chose this number because I actually mentioned this guy earlier. The one kid that played in middle school.
Okay.
He was really good. He was really good defenseman. I think he was since moved away from hockey, but I used to just like think he was a cool guy.
Sure.
And I like the number 18. It was just something you didn't really see, so that's why I got that inspiration.
You said that you switched numbers a lot through your career?
Yeah, so my first number was 21. And I just think they gave me they gave me a list of numbers to choose from.
Okay.
And I just picked that one.
Just went for it. Okay.
Yeah.
And then from 21, where'd you go after that one?
97. I don't know where
97. A high number. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from either.
Okay.
I think I should switch because those 97 years were probably the best years of hockey that I had. So.
And then from 97, did you go to 18?
No, then I went
there's
to...
another one.
There's another one.
Wow. This is the most complex number story we've heard, but I love it.
Then I went to 10 because I actually really liked Patrick Sharp. Patrick Sharp growing up.
Okay.
And have since not liked him very much.
Okay.
Just because of the things that I've heard outside of hockey.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are versed in that.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And then from 10, did it go to 18?
Then it went to 18.
Then it went to 18.
Yeah.
So what is that, 4 numbers?
4 numbers.
Wow. So then...
Did anybody else have more? Or you guys didn't ask this question?
I don't know.
I don't think they ever went as in depth. They just said like,
The
oh,
only
we had
one
previous numbers.
I think was Justin for sure had 2. He wore 29 up
At
until
August
coming to
Jam.
Lewis.
I don't think... Oh, okay.
And then he switched to... He's 31 now.
Okay,
Yeah. But I think he's really the only one that's talked about switching, really. I mean, aside from the numbers that you're just given when you're
Yeah.
starting to play. But a lot of guys, I feel like you just kind of find the number. So when did you make the switch from 10 to 18?
Once I came to Lewis.
Once you came to Lewis?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So it's only been 18 for 1 year.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I know Justin talked about choosing a new number, coming to Lewis, kind of opening a blank page.
Yeah.
Kind of new chapter, new number that you can kind of, kind of build that legacy with that number, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I really built a legacy last year, didn't I?
Well, you got 3 more years though, so plenty of time to keep building. Is there any specific? Nope, asked that one already. Wow, I just completely lost track of the questions. Do you have any nicknames that the team gives you?
Do I have any nicknames? Like just at Lewis or other years too?
We can do other years, sure.
Because like my first name, which was kind of girly,
Okay.
it was my first coach. It was a great guy I still actually talk to. He called me Candy, I think it was.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
just,
Any reason for that one, or?
Well, my last name.
Oh,
I
okay,
work
sure.
With that. There's not
Okay.
much that you can really go off with. Then I think a couple years before Lewis, I had the nickname of Diesel.
Diesel.
Yeah, because I was a more heavy-set kid on the team. And,
Oh, okay.
But once I got going, I was pretty fast. So
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, and then this year, I think most of the guys just call me Candra.
Sure.
So
The
just
typical last name.
Yeah, last name.
That's
yeah.
kind of been the pretty standard response we've been hearing. What role do you think you've played on the team so far throughout your first season, kind of both on and off the ice?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
What role have you
role?
played on
Okay,
the team? Yeah.
Role. I feel like I've just done my part to do what I can for the team.
Sure.
And I think that's stemming from playing defense. Obviously,
Sure.
I didn't know if I'd be good at it or didn't know how to play it at all.
Yeah.
So being put in that position,
Sure.
I mean, I guess I tried my best.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe I didn't. A little mad at the coach or something, but it's just yeah. I mean, I tried to do what I could for the rest of the team.
Sure.
I guess
It was just kind of, go on the ice, kind of do your job and get off, and
yeah.
yeah. And any kind of role that you've played off the ice so far, obviously, being a sophomore, you've had 1 year with the team, but any kind of, things that happened off the ice that you think has been important to the team that you've done?
I think just showing up when
Sure.
When we're like asked to do extracurricular stuff
Sure.
and hanging out with people. I know I've helped like Ligas plenty of times with homework and stuff, and he's since now thrived this year.
That's good.
It's being away from me, but yeah, he's definitely figured his stuff out academically. So
Just kind of getting that connection with the guys, which is
Yeah.
obviously so important.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's the second year coming in. Coming in as a freshman, can you kind of talk about how kind of that whole relationship of meeting the team and becoming kind of like part of it? How did that kind of happen coming
it's
in as a
always
freshman?
scary. It's always scary, no matter what. Like,
Yeah.
you could be the most talkative guy, but if you don't know what to
You're always
start
in a different
talking
locker
about,
room,
yeah,
sure,
you
yeah.
don't know what to start talking
Yeah.
about then.
What was kind of like the thing that almost broke the ice for you?
I think it was Hell Week our first year.
Sure.
Yeah, that's why I feel bad for the incoming freshman now. But Hell Week, like we were suffering together,
Yeah.
and it didn't matter who was doing better than anybody else as long as you were working hard. And
Sure.
everybody just because we were suffering together, I think
Yeah.
everybody started to talk more.
Sure.
Yeah.
I imagine kind of puts you in the spot, regardless of, year or previous experience, you're all going through the same stuff and
Yeah.
you're all hurting just as much as the next guy, so it's just kind of that universal thing. Do you have any pregame rituals you take part in? Kind of get you in the zone.
Pre-game rituals. So the night before games, I always, you know what the Calm app is?
Mhm.
I feel like I should know what it is.
Okay. So there's this rainfall thing that I think I don't know if somebody famous came out with it, but
Okay.
it's like LeBron James listens to it or something. I don't know.
Okay.
But he listens to that, and I always fall asleep to that the
Oh,
night
okay.
before games.
Okay.
And then I think it's just, I know, like, for many years, I've stopped doing this, but many years I had always had mac and cheese before games.
Oh,
Yeah.
the usual pregame meal.
Yeah, usually.
We heard from Colton last year about his very intricate gum chewing routine, which I love bringing up because he had different stages of his lead up to a game from between when he arrived at the rink and when the first period started, where he would have different pieces of gum to symbolize different segments of it. It was the most intricate thing I've ever heard.
Goalies.
Exactly.
Goalies.
Exactly. Yes. That's whenever we bring that up, that's always the response that's given is that goalies are just wired different. But like it was like one piece of gum for doing the warm up with the team, and then another piece of gum for like putting your pads on, and then another piece of gum between then and leading up to warm ups, and then another piece of one when you come off the ice from warm ups and before you go back on for the first period. And it's just like, I guess if it's like a way that kind of helps you like kind of count down the time to puck drop, you know?
Yeah.
I guess everyone has.
Yeah, I also have that too. That I have a specific playlist.
Okay.
You know? And there's different parts of the playlist that I'll play depending on how I'm feeling before that.
Okay, sure.
And they all add up to about, I think it's 30 minutes. It's like
Got it.
specific because I know that's pretty much how much time
Those
I'll
are
have.
kind of your time chunks that you work through. Sure, kind of like almost like having a checklist that you work through.
Yeah.
What's your favorite music to listen to pregame?
Well, pregame, I'm a weird guy, I think.
Okay.
There's a lot of country music on that playlist.
Okay.
And then right at the end, do you guys know who Dua Lipa is?
I do,
I
yes.
listen to that.
Okay.
It's like right before games.
Nice. You just kind of little bit of variety there, but
Yeah.
that's always good though. If you could play another sport, let's say at the collegiate level, what would it be? Would it be baseball or
Yeah.
any other
it'd
ones?
Probably be baseball.
Be baseball? Okay.
Yeah.
What position did you play?
I always played either catcher or first base.
Okay. Justin played baseball too.
Mhm.
He was a catcher too, I believe.
Yeah.
And we had another baseball player on recently, I feel.
We were gonna actually make a team, or he was planning on making like the club team here at Lewis. Or
Oh, okay.
something. Yeah, Justin was, but
I feel like we've had another baseball player on.
We did, and I don't remember who
We
it
definitely
was.
did. Can't remember who it was, but you guys can make a Flyers hockey baseball team. There you go.
Flyers
Bring it
hockey.
back. We also found that a lot of you guys play instruments, which is really interesting. Because we found at one point that we can make like a full like Flyers hockey band at one point.
Oh, I can't play an instrument. I used to play the viola, but that was just for girls.
There you go. Because we had Pickle that played the drums. We had a couple. We had a couple guys that played the guitar, and partial volunteered to be the singer.
Oh, the
Which
singer.
I feel like if there's
Wow.
anyone from the team that you'd want to be the front man for a band,
Oh yeah.
it's Dylan Partial.
He's got the energy. But
Just bringing that energy
Does he
every
have
time.
that voice? I don't know.
We'll find
We'll
out.
need to find out, you know?
We got recording studios in the
Mark
back.
that one down for the questions to ask him. Does he have the voice?
Does he?
Let's see. What is the most important lesson that you've learned from hockey?
Most important lesson. I think it's, I don't know, just being with the team. I think that most important is have something that you're passionate about and stick with it.
Okay, sure.
Doesn't matter if you're good at the beginning or not, because most of the time with sports I've seen, like you're not going to be good, you know. So if you stick with it though, you might
Sure.
become really good. You
Sure.
might just be okay at it, but you'll have fun. So
Yeah, there's something really satisfying, I feel, and really rewarding about working towards something and just seeing your progression, even if it's not like massive leaps forward every time, but just that slow progression, you know, and looking back after amount of time and seeing like that's where I came from, you know, and just kind of that feeling I feel is really like self-fulfilling in that regard. And I can see where you're coming from with that. Out of your teammates past or present, who have you learned the most from, and who has been kind of the biggest impact or influence on you?
I'd have to say Partial.
Partial?
He's like we have veterans that were just like mentors on the team.
Okay.
And he's just helped in any questions that I've had.
Sure.
And, like he's a good, healthy, good-looking guy.
Yeah.
So model his life as well as hockey.
There you go. Let's see. What team bonding activities all take place, and which one is your favorite?
I'm sure everybody said sewer, right? Or is that?
I feel like that's been a very
Yeah.
common one. Yeah.
I think it's fun because not only are we playing and some of us aren't very good at it, but it's the banner that goes around.
Oh, of
along
course.
with it.
Yeah.
It's
Just the whole atmosphere of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. What do you think is your best skill as a player?
Best skill. I don't know if I have any of those, but I think my shots
Your shot?
really just quick.
Sure.
Like,
We can
coaches may disagree. I don't know.
we can get to see that a little bit more now. Now that you moved it
hopefully.
forward.
Yeah,
Here you get to showcase it a little bit.
I think the one shot that I actually went in on defense was like double or triple deflected. If you guys ever saw the game, I don't
It
know.
just bounced around.
Yeah. it just
Which
bounced.
game was it?
Oh God, I should know because it's
no.
my first college. I think it was no, don't know. I have the puck at home. I know it says it on there.
Just can't remember off the top of your head. That's
yeah,
fine.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Let's see. If you could have a skill from a teammate, what skill would it be, and who would it come from?
Oh, Morrow for sure.
Okay.
He can. Well, Morrow and Bishop, but
Okay.
like they're kind of the same skill. They can just put the puck in the net for sure.
That's what we've heard about both of
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Just unwillingness to let that puck be outside of the net. I don't know.
We heard from was it from Justin the contact story about
Yeah.
Zach, about how Zach got like contacts halfway through the season. And
Oh,
he,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he realized he could finally see, and like the post wasn't fuzzy anymore, and Justin was just thinking like, how has this kid been scoring on me when he can barely see the
Yeah,
post? You know, like Justin said that Zach just has a way to find the smallest openings
Yeah.
to put the puck through,
Yeah.
and it just somehow works its way through, which is crazy, especially watching the games.
And Morrow just has like phenomenal timing, and I think it's a
Yeah.
purpose. I think he's doing it on purpose.
Sure.
Like, he knows what he's doing, like where to shoot when, and
Yeah,
it's got him a lot of goals. So.
it really has. Yeah. If you had a player card in the NHL video games, what would your highest rating be? Your highest number
If
rating?
I got a player,
If you had a player card,
okay.
we could print out like a massive player card for
All right.
you.
Well, I play a lot. I played a lot of NHL 20, and
Okay.
I had a pretty sick team. I don't. Did you play?
I didn't know. I've never had a console to play it on. I'm more of a PC gamer myself,
Okay.
and EA Sports refuses to bring it
Yeah.
to PC.
Well, have they brought anything to PC? I don't know.
FIFA is on it.
Really?
Yeah, FIFA's on PC, but the NHL, like the last one that came out was like '06 or something like that for the PC, and it hasn't been on for like the last like 14 years or something like that, and it makes me sad every year. But
Well,
regardless,
if we're going realistically, I don't know if it'd probably be like low 50s.
okay.
But if we're going because I want to, probably matching my number, 97.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
97 overall. That would be good. If you could play for any NHL team, which one would you play for?
That's an interesting one. I've always liked the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Oh, Lightning fan.
Jake would be happy.
Yeah. Jake would be very happy.
But, I mean, if it comes down to Blackhawks or
Sure.
Tampa Bay, I'd definitely go Blackhawks just because, like, I had so much fun at those games.
The hometown
and,
Hawks, of course. Yeah.
But, yeah, definitely Florida location, you know.
Oh, of course. Yeah. You got to think about that. And I feel like you'd rather be on the Lightning than the Panthers.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Well, that's where you go to die. You don't want to be at the Panthers.
Your career, you either go to Buffalo, Florida, or Arizona for your career to die. Yeah. Did you watch the playoffs this year at all?
I started watching it, and then I did not watch it.
Got it, okay.
afterwards, Yeah.
After the Hawks got eliminated?
Yeah, pretty
Was that
much.
kind of a stopping point? Yeah. That's unfortunate. I'm a Vegas fan, so
Okay,
I'm
so-
sorry, but
There was a lot of swearing in our group chat.
yeah, you were very disappointed when Vegas knocked out the Hawks, but I was very happy though. And then we got taken out by Dallas. I'm still salty about that. But let's see. What is the strangest thing you've seen happen on the ice? Kind of your hockey oddity. We'll go with that.
Strangest thing I've seen. Well, can I, like, in person, it's right off the ice. Oh, you know what? I have a good one on the ice. So we were playing this team. I was on, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the kind of the lower teams, like the Central States teams around here, or like
Not
in
really,
Illinois?
no.
Okay. Well then, okay. So we were playing. Like it's a pretty good team, and I don't know what this kid had to eat before the game.
Oh gosh.
But we were just playing, and the ref drops the puck. We're in the offensive zone, and I'm standing in front of the net. I notice this guy is kind of like bending over and like just kind of skating around a little bit.
Oh boy.
But then he goes back to us standing up straight post. I was like, okay, well he's fine. And then he's like fighting with me in front of the net. And then we are exiting the zone because they got the puck back. And this guy bends over, pukes all over the ice.
Oh my god.
And just keeps playing. Didn't get off.
Like nothing happened?
Nothing happened.
Oh my gosh.
The ref didn't even notice it. Well, because why would you? Like,
that may be our best one yet.
yeah, I don't know what was going on in the kid's head.
That one may take the cake for the best story.
I
was
mean,
pretty
I had a
loud.
teamate do that in basketball. She ran off the court, threw up, and just ran right back.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. I don't know why you didn't get off the ice. Like, hey, like I don't know. He just
Oh my gosh.
like he made it so like not obvious. But I saw it. I was like, he definitely just.
You're like, what did I just see?
He definitely
you
just
had to
threw
do
up
like a
on-
double take.
Yeah,
You're
I
like,
was
what
like-
just happened? Oh my gosh! Wow, that is by far the best one we've heard.
Yeah.
The one before that, Colton told us a story where he was reffing a game, and a coach got mad at him for calling an offsides that benefited their team,
Oh yeah. that
which just
happens.
confused me. I don't know if the coach just had somewhere to be. He just had to go. You know, and he's like, just,
Maybe the coach really had to throw up.
just hurry. Yeah, who knows? He's like, just hurry this game up, everyone. You know, but
maybe he's just having a bad day.
your story takes the cake, though.
Really.
That is by far the best. We got to make a note of that one to bring that up in the future. Let's see. What order do you put your equipment on? Specifically, the debate of pants then skates or skates then pants.
That's a debate.
I feel like I've heard it be a debate.
Really.
So far, we've seen it pretty unanimous on the team, but I'm curious to see your
It's-
thoughts.
It's pants and skates.
Pants and skates. Okay, got
Yeah.
it. Okay. I
Is
don't
there
know.
somebody who said?
Not yet, but
'Cause
I've seen
I
it
know
like
people do it differently, but like I just feel like that's hard.
I feel like pants then skates is the logical order, but I've seen it online where people will put.
Yeah, I
Their
mean,
skates
no,
on,
I
then their
100% agree that people do it, but I didn't know it was a.
We have heard multiple guys though that say they do skates first because they wear a girdle. So I don't know if
that would
if
change
you're in
it.
the girdle or pants camp.
I'm in the pants, but
You're in the
I
pants.
do
Okay.
see the girdle just because like it's pretty easy to take.
Yeah, sure.
But we have shells, so you'd still have to take the shell off over your.
That's
skate.
true. Yeah.
Unless you're just pulling it down. I don't know
Any
why you do that.
any kind of specific left right left order that you put your gear on?
No, never actually thought about it like that.
Really? Okay. You just kind of do it, and as long as everything gets
You
on,
know what? I'd probably just have done it the same way
Sure.
every single time.
that you don't even think about
Don't even think about
Wow.
it. I'm sure that I do have an order.
it.
I'm
You
gonna have
definitely-
to I'm gonna be thinking about this. next time.
There you go. What is your biggest pet peeve in hockey?
Biggest pet peeve.
Something that kind of grinds your gears.
When there's not enough space on the bench. When we're sitting there,
Haven't heard that one yet.
it's like we're sitting like.
Do you have a story of having a really cramped bench?
Yeah, like with my last team before Lewis, like I don't know. I think it's just the construction of some benches, like
They're
at some rinks.
They're just physically shorter than
Yeah,
others,
it's like,
and you're just
why?
all crammed on there like
it's
sardines.
the same. It's the same size hockey rink. Like what? Cheap out on the bench. You see?
take 2 feet off the bench
Yeah,
to
right.
save on cost. There you go. I could see that being a problem because then you're just all packed
No,
in
it's
there,
annoying.
and
it's annoying. Or you have to stand and like you're in
oh,
the
that's
way.
a no go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a no go.
I imagine that makes line change a little harder because you feel like
Oh,
you're gonna
yeah.
like fall onto someone if you.
Yeah, or you gotta now your permanent door opener because you don't have a spot on the
you're
bench.
stuck. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. If a player from Lewis had to fill in and coach a game, who would be the best option?
Oh God, feeling. I feel like I've been saying partial a lot. But I could definitely see him being a coach.
You wouldn't be alone if you said partial, because that is pretty much the unanimous choice at this
Yeah.
point.
I think it'd be partial because he wouldn't take anything from any of us.
He'd fire everyone up,
Oh,
but make sure everyone stays in line at the same
Yeah,
time.
of course.
There you go. If you could participate in any skills competition in the All-Star game, which category would it be?
Probably the accuracy one.
The
I wouldn't be
accuracy one.
anybody good at it. But I'd try.
But you give it a go?
Yeah.
What have everyone else said?
Let me
We've got a
pull it
couple
up.
fastest skaters.
That's hard.
That would be
That's really
hard.
hard.
I feel like I'd be scared of blowing a tire on a corner
Yeah.
and just crashing into the
A
boards.
lot of them do it without helmets.
That's true. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, a lot of guys don't wear helmets at the All-Star game.
I don't have anything written down for this one.
Okay. I think one that would be cool, like, I don't know if you watched the one that they had in St. Louis where they put the guys on, like, they put them on, like the first level, like, walkway, and they had them shoot over the stands onto the ice, and they had all the targets. That would be fun.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know if any of my pucks would make it to the ice, but it would still be fun to attempt. Let's see. If both goalies were to go down, who would be the one to step in and strap up the pads and go in?
Huh. That's a good question. I know, like, as growing up, I dabbled with it a little bit.
Okay.
So I'd say me, but
Oh,
I
okay.
I don't know. Is there anybody crazy enough to do this?
The most common answers I think we had were Partial and
Darcy.
Darcy.
Darcy. Yeah, he is for the team. He would definitely.
Yeah. That was kind of the.
I would volunteer, I guess, because I've done it before, but I don't know. Been a long time.
Let's see. Who has the worst tape job on the team? See if you follow in line with what your
Everybody
teammates have
else.
said. Yeah.
Oh God.
This one has been a pretty unanimous vote from
It
everyone.
has been completely unanimous. No pressure.
I swear to God, if it's me, I'm not. No, I think it's is it Pickowitz? Have they been saying Pickowitz? I don't really
No.
pay attention to that. What is?
Everyone said Bishop because he puts the candy cane.
Oh, but like a lot of people do that. Partial's been doing that.
Partial's been doing the candy cane
Yeah,
now too.
he's had it on his practice stick for like a
Oh
long
my
time.
gosh. See, we
We'll have to bring that up.
we never get to see the practice stick. We always just see the game stick. But every photo,
Man, I didn't.
every photo we have of Bishop, he's got the candy cane tape, and it's always white tape on like a black stick,
I
so it
don't
always
mind
stands
it.
out.
Do it.
Whatever
what you
works,
want.
though.
Yeah, I don't know.
We asked him about it though, and he said that didn't he just do it as like a joke the one time,
Yeah.
and like it went out and it worked, so he just kept it. I mean, like I guess if it gets the job done,
Yeah, I mean, can't hate on it.
can't hate it if it works. I guess.
don't know.
Are you a bubble or cage guy?
I tried a bubble.
You tried a bubble?
Did not work.
Didn't work. The fogging or just
Oh, yeah,
what was it?
fogging.
Did it just fog so much?
Too sweaty. I'm too sweaty. Breathe too hard.
There's a
Didn't work.
no-go.
Yeah.
Partial, we asked him about this because we noticed that Partial always keeps his helmet outside the locker room during intermissions. And we asked him why, if that was like a superstitious thing. And he said basically just so the bubble doesn't fog up in the locker room because of the temperature change. Which I can totally see, but, kind of just said,
Makes sense.
don't have to worry about a cage fogging up, though. Who in the locker room has the cleanest stall and who has the dirtiest stall?
Cleanest stall. Interesting. Pickowitz definitely has the dirtiest. for
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
We have heard tales of Pickowitz's many socks.
Yeah, it's
that
many
appear.
socks, but it's also like we have an order of like how you're supposed to put your stuff in the locker room,
Okay.
and for some reason like we can't follow it.
We'll have to ask him about that when he
Yeah.
comes on.
Yeah, you should tell him I said that.
What is the order of putting stuff in your locker?
Oh, well, because we have the upper level.
Oh, okay.
And then
It's just kind of like where everything's supposed to go.
Yeah, there's hooks
Oh, got it.
so
okay.
that everything fits.
Sure. Got it. That makes sense.
So
Anyone with a really clean stall?
I mean, I'd say Darcy.
Okay.
Darcy probably. Darcy or Partial. Partial usually moves his clothes like into one of the cubbies, and I've since been doing that because it just frees up more space.
Oh,
but,
sure.
yeah.
Got it. Let's see. Who has the best hair on the team?
Best hair. I'd have to say Bishop, just because he's got the most hair, I think.
He does. Bishop can get a good flow going as well.
Yeah, some
We've heard a lot of we heard a lot of Darcy's.
Darcy.
A lot of Ernie with the flow.
Ernie with the flow.
Ernie's is really good though. Yeah.
Darcy was a self-proclaimed voter for himself.
Darcy.
I asked him this question, and he looks at me and he's like, "Well, Reid, I have pretty good hair myself." I'm like, "Well, you're not wrong. We'll give you that one." Who is the best skater on the team?
Best skater. Well, I would have said Esty, but
Okay.
right
What about from the
now,
current roster?
I don't know. It's a hard one. Because he stood out for sure.
Yeah.
I know like fastest probably like Bishop.
Okay.
So I mean I have to go with Bishop. Right
Okay.
now. I don't
Sure. Who has the best style on the team?
style.
Best dress, we'll go with.
Definitely Darcy.
Definitely Darcy.
Game day Darcy.
That's been unanimous, I feel.
Yeah, Darcy and Partial have been the two.
Partial does have good style every day, but Darcy, 100% on game days is.
Darcy takes the cake.
Yeah.
Who has the best hands on the team?
Best hands. Probably Morrow.
Morrow? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Morrow
nice.
or Ernie. I think.
We've heard Ernie a lot.
Both of them we've heard.
Both of them we've heard a lot, yeah. And who is the best sewer player? Someone just dominates in the sewer circle.
Ernie's kind of a little sneaky. He doesn't always pull out all his moves.
Okay.
And then he'll just surprise you.
He's got like his
saving
bag
the
of
ball.
tricks almost?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, but Partial definitely can take over whenever he wants.
Okay.
So just
Nice.
go at it.
New for this semester, we have been adding a question to kind of help us work through the roster almost. We have been asking the current guests to tell us who they would like to see on the show next week. So do you have any recommendations for players who we should bring on and get in the hot seat almost?
Well, I know. Ligas said that he did me. Do
Yes.
we have more than one? I think we should bring out a rookie.
Ah, okay. We were thinking about we wanted to bring on a rookie and a veteran together,
Okay.
but
We can't
because
do
coronavirus.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe once the season starts, we can do a rookie. But any guys that are
You
returning.
guys got a list of.
We can pull
people
up the
who
roster.
Have done it so far.
who
Who's
have done it?
Yeah.
Just
Ah.
you, Morrow, and Ligas.
This semester.
Oh,
at
just
least,
this
yeah.
semester.
Yeah. Throw out a name and we can always. We should
So
be
you
able
guys
to-
have been trying to get Ernie on here.
We've been trying to get Ernie on for a couple weeks now.
I feel like we should do Partial.
Partial?
Because if you guys want to get him actually in here and doing a
Partial's made many appearances so far.
yeah.
Partial was our very
Two.
Partial's been on twice. He went on once last fall, I believe. He was our first player interview,
Yeah,
I believe.
well, so
it was
we had
two people. I think it was him and Darcy, right? Or was it?
him and Bishop.
Oh, him and Bishop.
So we
that
had-
was the first.
But we
we
had like
had-
a 6-hour show, and we were trying to get
Yeah.
all you guys on, but he was the only one that was available.
We had him solo fall of last year, and then in spring we had him and Bishop on together.
Okay.
So we can reach out to Partial again. I mean, it's always a good time when Dylan Partial comes on the show. There's always plenty of laughs. So we can reach out to him. Definitely going to get Matt on the show. One thing we also added to the show was we've been asking you questions for now, the last hour and a half. Do you have any questions that you want to ask us? And we can pass over the list of questions.
I think it was an ongoing. Can I do my own
Sure.
personal?
Yeah, go for it.
So it was an ongoing joke with me and Pico, like when I was
Okay.
gonna get my my interview, and we thought maybe after,
Okay.
like the after game interview. or
Oh,
whatever.
yes. Okay.
So I was just wondering, what are you guys' credentials and stuff for that? Or
I don't do any of the.
How? So you're asking how someone gets chosen for the
Yeah,
posting?
what do you gotta do?
So normally for last season, we did kind of our MVP of the game pick most of
Okay.
the time. But I think this year, I personally kind of want to branch out and try to get at least every guy on at least
'Cause
once
I
post
swear
game.
Morrow was up there.
Morrow was up there.
Morrow was
He
up.
was the first interview.
Yeah.
We had
You guys
Morrow
did.
on there for the first interview, and then we wanted to get Morrow again because I think he scored a hat trick the one goal.
No.
So like,
Yeah.
Most likely.
Of course, you want to talk to the guy that scores a hat trick, but we signaled down to the bench that we wanted Morrow, and Morrow was over there. He's like, no.
Yeah.
So we got Ernie instead, which was still a good interview, but
Yeah.
but that was funny. But this year we want to get more guys up there, kind of rotate through them a little bit more, and kind of hear from all you guys, because I think regardless of how you perform in a game, there's still something valuable to be learned from your perspective of it, because everyone sees the game a little bit differently, so we'll get you on, guaranteed.
For sure. I want to be on. So, as far as like you guys, both what made you come to Lewis? I guess.
So I came to Lewis because of the broadcasting program, because it kind of stood out to me compared to the other schools, because kind of that one-on-one time that you get with professors and stuff.
Something you could like take over, like like you could be a big part in.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
something that you be.
Something that I knew that I just wouldn't like turn into like a number.
Yeah.
Like I'd be a recognizable face to professors, and kind of along with it being a smaller school as well. kind of having the smaller class sizes, the more connection with everyone. I really didn't want to go to a large school because I feel like I would just get kind of lost there.
Yeah.
And it's close to home for me. I mean, I'm from Wisconsin. It's about a 2-hour drive from home, so it's close enough I can drive. But I didn't want to go somewhere really far that I would need to like fly to and from.
Yeah,
so.
it's close enough, but it's also far enough.
Exactly. Yeah, it's kind of a happy medium there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was, because it's far enough where my parents can't come see me every day, but should something happen,
they'll be here.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
And then another thing was the major. I actually came here as a double major in 2 computer courses, and then very quickly found out that I hated that. And so kind of similar to Reid, finding the broadcasting program and getting involved.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was another question that I was gonna ask, but like, were you guys always into broadcasting and things like that?
I had to change twice.
You changed. It was broadcasting from the start for me. But I initially chose the major because I was into like doing like video stuff during high school.
Gotcha.
But like at the time, I didn't like editing, and I feel like it was because I was just using like iMovie and stuff.
It's so hard.
And like iMovie, like it's so bare bones, and there would just be stuff I could do. I'm like, geez, I want to rotate this clip, but I can't in iMovie. So it was really frustrating. So I think that pushed me away from editing. Gotcha. So I'm like, oh, I'll go into TV because TV's live, and I don't need to edit. And boy, was I wrong.
Yeah.
There's more editing here than I could have imagined.
Faster paced editing, I'm sure.
Exactly, but now I've come to actually enjoy editing because
Yeah.
I'm using a real editor that can do more, and
I know
do what
I'm
you
doing.
wanted to do.
exactly. I found that it's more of a way to in the past, like before college, it was something that I felt kind of held me back, but now I feel like it's something that allows me to do more with stuff that we shoot. So
Gotcha.
I've kind of done a little 180 on that, which is kind of funny. But
Yeah, I hated editing too.
what was it about broadcasting for you though?
Yeah.
So I was actually looking at interactive media and broadcasting. I would, for the most part, heavily leaning towards interactive.
Okay.
But I decided, I just had this gut feeling that I should meet with somebody from broadcasting anyway. So I met with John Carey, and he gave me a tour of the place, and I fell in love with it. So
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I had to meet with Kilpin to transfer over.
I actually didn't get a tour of the facility until after I had committed to coming here, which was kind of interesting. I'm like, huh. I thought about that, but
Well, they don't even bring, like, for tours, they just go right past it.
that's
Oh,
true.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
It
don't
wasn't
bring you
even
in.
mentioned on mine.
Yeah, there's just
Yeah.
like the food place downstairs.
Yeah.
Food place, bookstore, mailroom, that was it.
Yep. Yeah. Like, this is De La Salle. Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I think we should end with this question, but
Okay.
if you guys could spend a day in any of the teammates' shoes,
Oh.
who would it be and why?
That's a good one. We haven't gotten this one yet. I like that one though. Anyone on the team's shoes? Do you have an idea of who you want to say?
Part of me wants to say, like, partial just to have that energy.
Yeah.
Like, but another part of me wants to say one of the goalies. Just
Yeah, that would be good.
I just want to know what goes on in their heads.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who's
What is their thinking?
Why that specific gum routine?
Yeah, I want to look up the roster now. Just to, I feel like
Yeah, I feel like you guys have talked to enough of us. So.
we totally have, but there's still
It's like so much you want to know.
no kidding. Yeah, for sure. Let's
Being
see.
like, if you guys chose a rookie, I would give that to you too, because being
I
a rookie
don't know
is
any of the rookies.
quite a bit of fun.
Let's
yeah, well, yeah.
see.
I mean, you don't know any of them, but if you just randomly picked one, but
Let's see who we all got on here. I don't know. I feel like spending a day in Justin's shoes would be interesting. Justin does all of like the cool like pilot stuff. Like
Yep,
he's a flight instructor and everything. Like I feel like that would be pretty cool. You know, to teach people how to fly for a day.
Yeah.
You know, and just get to like fly a ton. I think that would be pretty cool. And just want to know what goes on like in a goalie's head.
If I was in Justin's shoes, I wouldn't want to fly. I don't like flying.
Well, maybe you would if you were in Justin's
Have
shoes.
you been up? Has somebody taken you up?
No, we talked about it last year for the recruiting video.
Yeah, we talked about Ernie was supposed to take us up in a plane, but I think the scheduling just never really worked out.
Gotcha.
But hopefully we can get up. Are you guys flying like a ton this semester? Has there been any?
It's a regular schedule.
You still are, okay.
Yeah.
Can you bring other people up in the planes, or is there like a whole COVID
I don't
thing
know, because I don't
Okay.
have my private yet, but
Got it, okay.
I feel like it's normal operations if
Okay.
we're open.
Okay,
So if there's a spot open, like the Saturdays are usually pretty much open,
got it. Okay.
then you guys can go.
Because we had a good idea for an episode. We won't say it on air, but we can talk to you about it off air. We had a really good idea involving an airplane
Oh,
and
Interesting.
a tandem of guys to go up and hopefully do an interview from the plane.
oh.
Because we have a little remote kit that we can take that connects back to
Yeah,
the
obviously
station.
we'd have to ask.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to say it's open
In
because the way
theory,
we fly,
yeah.
we do, but
Because in theory we could take the same system we use to broadcast your guys' games from Canlin.
yeah.
Because those, when we go on the radio, they link back to here. And we could take one of those up in the plane, and we have a little hotspot we can bring with us so we can broadcast from up on a plane. And I think that would be really cool to do an interview from an airplane. But maybe that'll be coming in the future. I don't know. That'll be like the big reveal one day if we finally get those details ironed out.
Well, you said you wanted to talk about it off air, but we
We'll
just
talk about it off air because we don't want to reveal the whole details.
Oh, okay,
you
gosh.
know?
So there's more to it.
There's a little bit, there's a little bit more to it, like who we want to
And
bring on
why,
the plane
and-
with us. Yeah, exactly, yeah. But we think it's a good idea, so we'll be curious to hear your thoughts off air. But I think that does it for us, though. Thanks for coming on.
No problem.
That was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
Talked about hockey, talked about life, talked about a little bit of everything, kind of the oddball questions. But this has been the Dump and Chase podcast. This episode will be up on our YouTube channel eventually, as we always say, hopefully by the end of the week. And make sure to tune in next Monday from 6 to 9 for next week's episode. And maybe Dylan Parcel will be on. Possibly Dylan Parcel, ? And stay tuned for a Matt Ernsting episode coming
Possibly Wednesday.
possibly
who knows?
Wednesday. We got a lot of possibilities, but we'll get the details ironed out, though. It's all good. But we'll take a quick break. We'll play some music, and we'll be back with some more hockey talk.